What other books do we need with the Bible? Part 2. Recapping Part 1, we're going to need the KJV 1611 Bible because it has 80 books. If we only have the KJV, we're going to need the Apocrypha to go with it so that we can have all 80 books instead of only 66 of them. We're also going to need the Strong's Bible Concordance so that we can properly define the words in the Bible. If you missed out on Part 1, go check that out where everything I just said is broken down. Now let's get into it. 3 additional books that we need. We need the Book of Jasher, we need the Book of Enoch, and we need the Book of Jubilees. Let's start with the Book of Jasher. If we go in our Bibles to Joshua 10 and 13, it reads, "And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is it not written in the book of Jasher?" Also, let's read 2 Samuel 1 and 18. "Also he bade them teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher." So all the way back to the days of Joshua, who picked up where Moses left off, we see that there existed a book of Jasher, and that's why we need it. Now moving on to the book of Enoch. If we go to Genesis chapter 5, it gives us the generations of Adam. Let's scroll down to 5 and 18, and there we see Enoch was born 7 generations from Adam. He was a prophet and a ruler of his land at the time, and he wrote a book that was quoted by some of those who wrote books in the Bible. Example, let's go to the book of Jude and read verses 14 and 15. It says, "And Enoch also the 7th from Adam, prophesying of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and all of their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him." This is a direct quote of Enoch chapter 2. Let's read that. "Behold, he comes with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon them, and destroy the wicked, and reprove all the carnal for everything which the sinful and ungodly have done and committed against him." So if the Bible quotes the book of Enoch, we need that as well. Last but not least, the book of Jubilees. We'll read 2 key verses in the Bible that reference the book of Jubilees, although there are many more. Let's get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." This is Jubilees 10 and 3. "Who has shown mercy unto me, and has saved me and my sons from the waters of the flood, and has not caused me to perish as thou didst the sons of perdition." Sons of perdition, son of perdition. We don't find that anywhere else in the Old Testament or New Testament, but we do find it in the book of Jubilees. Last, let's get 2 Peter 3 and 8. "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." Where does Peter get this information? This is Jubilees 4 and 30. "And he lacked 70 years, speaking of Adam, of 1,000 years. For 1,000 years are as one day in the testimony of the heavens, and therefore was it written concerning the tree of knowledge." This understanding of one day being as 1,000 years is nowhere else in the Old Testament or the New. The only other place we find it is in the book of Jubilees, which existed before the New Testament. So if the apostles quoted out of the book of Jubilees, we need that. In conclusion, we need the KJV 1611. If we don't have the KJV 1611 and we only have the KJV, we need the Apocrypha to go with it. We also need the Strong's Bible Concordance. We need the book of Jasher, we need the book of Enoch, and we need the book of Jubilees. In our next studies, we're going to talk about the Septuagint and why we need the Septuagint as well. And we're also going to talk about why we don't read the NIV, NKJV, or any other translations besides the King James Version. So stay tapped in to the 3-minute studies. Peace, fam.